Blue Lock chapter 318 leaks are finally here, and we've got another solid chapter this week. The first half is over, Japan is up 2-0, and now both teams are about to try something new in the second half. Strategies are shifting, the mindset is changing, but as of now we don't have any confirmed saps. Before we dive in, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Blue Lock content every single week. The chapter kicks off with commentators going absolutely wild after Gagamaru's insane save. The half ends with Japan dominating Nigeria both offensively and defensively. Then we cut to Japan's locker room. The vibes electric. Raichi, Nanase and Kurona are hyped up and screaming. Gagamaru and Fukakugen share a high five, and honestly, I have to say it, if Fukakugen ever gets subbed in, maybe not in this match, but later in the World Cup, he's giving straight up noel performance. That guy is too good to stay sidelined forever. I'm just joking. Next, Aiku steps up as the leader, pointing out that Nico and Aryu are pushing up too far and leaving gaps in defense. They agree to be more careful, but they are still fired up to go all in for 1v1 battles. And speaking of Nico, this might be the best performance of his entire career. Man's having the game of his life against Nigeria. Then Karasu chimes in, frustrated that they could have already had a third goal. He tells Chigiri and Hyori to stop focusing so much on crosses and go for their own shots. Chigiri just laughs it off and says, watch the second half. Hyori backs him up with, for real, it's called Blue Lock, you know. Meanwhile, Anri is watching the team dynamic closely, noting how they are not overconfident, constantly exchanging ideas and aligning their intentions. She's amazed at how fast they are growing, but also reminds herself that they can't afford to lose this opening match. And then of course our goat Isagi speaks up. He's not satisfied. He says winning like that means nothing, they wouldn't grow at all, he wants to try something new. Karasu and Bachira immediately ask what's the plan. Isagi explains they've practiced this before, set up a top player as bait, then have the second and third lines push in for goals. It's about creating more attacking variations. Aiku admits there's risk involved but agrees it could be valuable. Isagi just says then let's do both, secure the win and evolve. Nico pushes back, pointing out that if they experiment with the attack, they will have to adjust their defense. Isagi agrees they will adapt on the fly and he will bring it up to ego. Then we get Rin, sulking as usual. He says just winning isn't enough because he hasn't scored yet. Classic Rin. Aiku immediately calls him out as selfish, but we all know Rin just wants his moment. Finally, Ego speaks. He tells them balance doesn't just mean defending. Balance means constant evolution. Everyone must keep aiming for the goal every single second. And then he's about to announce the second half strategy when we cut away to Nigeria's locker room. And the contrast, brutal. The whole Nigerian squad looks miserable, angry, defeated. They whisper that they can't win, that Blue Lock is too strong. Apabona admits they are doomed if they keep playing like this. Bello asks what they are supposed to do. When the Nigerian coach looks broken, he admits Japan is just levels above them and he knows he's about to lose his job after this World Cup. Zero solutions, zero confidence, he even admits nothing they've done so far will work. Then Onazi speaks up, he's frustrated but also fired up. He says he's never faced something like this. Blue Lock is insane. He straight up praises Isagi, saying he's incredible and calls Japan so cool. Kyuso is shocked as always, but Onazi ignores him and asks what makes Japan so strong. The answer? They all want to score, every single one of them. Ababona even points out that's their secret, everyone in Blue Lock aims for the goal. Back to Ego now, he drops some philosophy. He asks why do people want to win? Bachira answers because it feels good. Isagi answers because it proves you're superior. And Ego says it's deeper than that, it's instinct engraved in human DNA. He explains that society was built to suppress those instincts, to create peace and equality. But in Blue Lock, that instinct to want to win is everything. That's why the project exists, to create the strongest egoist in the world. And then we cut back to Onazi. He tells his team to stop just passing him the ball. Instead, he wants them to all aim for their own goals, just like Blue Lock. He doesn't care if they are weaker, he doesn't care if the coach is useless, he wants to win, and he wants them to find their own ego on the field. And finally the chapter ends with a high double spread. Isagi walks back onto the pitch, the ball is placed at the center line, the Nigerian squad is fired up again, determined to fight back, and Ego delivers the line. You raw gems who wish for victory, I grant you a new equation. BLUELOCK is about to evolve again. The whistle blows, the second half begins, and the narrator closes with the question, can football really captivate people this much? And that's where the chapter ends. Honestly, pretty solid setup, nothing too insane this week, but the second half is shaping up to be crazy. Will BLUELOCK completely humiliate Nigeria, or will Nigeria actually find their ego and score their first goal? My bet, Japan wins in dominant fashion, maybe 6-0, and everyone gets their goal to build up hype. If Nigeria uses BLUELOCK strategy, that means BLUELOCK has solution to find against it, and that's just not gonna work. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Will Nigeria actually score, or is this game already over? Thanks for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I see ya in the next video.